the chimps would continue the rampage by chewing off the man's nose and ripping off some of his balls. His hands and face.
Only got 2 fingers left. You took my nose. You took my lips. You done ripped off some of my skull. You didn't took my eyes out. Man, you didn't turn me into a Uchiha. The most painful Zookeeper Deaths, bro. Video by a talking hat.
The crush incident. It was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime. A married couple from New Jersey traveled to Zambia.
Oh, so this is mild.
It was a chance to see the wild up close.
Yeah, no.
Experience Africa's rivers and its wildlife.
Yeah,
in
no.
its most natural form.
I'm
But
cool.
Unfortunately, nature has no script.
Cause why would I want to look at nature in its most natural form? If I wanted to do that, I just go to the Discovery Channel, bro. I don't want to look at a lion in real life, bro. I don't. Not a wild lion, bro. I am not Ash Ketchum, bro. I'm not trying to catch a pie word, my nigga. I'm not doing this. I am not doing Zookeeper. I'm not doing this, bro. Cause what if the lion just snap out on you? I'm not doing that, bro.
And in an instant, paradise turned into pure horror. The couple joined a group boat traveling down the Zambezi River. The water looked calm, and the banks were filled with life by the singing of birds.
Okay.
Buffaloes, waterbucks, and eagles were just some of the absolutely gorgeous.
And they can probably
animals
all
we were
body
able
you.
to see. Then, without warning, the boat was struck. By what, you ask? Well, they didn't know. But it was something that rammed the boat so powerfully that its impact capsized the vessel. All
It
of the
capsized
tourists
it?
were thrown out of the boat into the water in pure confusion.
Was it a
And that's when
gator
they
or
saw
a
it,
croc?
An 8,800-pound hippo.
Oh, nah, a hippo. And I know there's folks like RDC talking about, I'll just weave a hippo. I don't think y'all understand how quick hippos really are and how powerful that bite really is, bro. I am cool on this, gang. I'm not messing with it, bro. I'm telling you, I'm not.
One of the deadliest animals in Africa sat there in the water, glaring menacingly at each tourist. But
Waiting for you to
wasn't just
bust
sitting
move.
and doing nothing. As it arised out of the water, it revealed that it was carrying the man's wife in its mouth. Amidst all the chaos of the boat flipping over, he didn't notice when she went missing. Her head and torso were trapped between the hippo's jaws, and she struggled to escape. But instantaneously,
You just
snapped
jumped
its
down.
mouth down, crushing her head and torso like it
Oh
was
my
nothing.
God!
Tourists broke out into a full-on frenzy to escape for their lives. Meanwhile, the hippo thrashed the woman's body carelessly in the water, leaving absolutely no chance of survival for the poor 70-year-old woman.
Oh, and grandma. Grandma.
Safari guides meant to protect the people also fled in a panic despite being armed. Her husband survived and watched helplessly as his wife of decades was part before his eyes. He escaped with his
Jesus.
life, but back home, grief turned into anger.
Now, did y'all have to sign a waiver? Like, did y'all have an NDA to sign? Because if not, give me my money. I am suing the whole establishment. Did we have to rent the boat? I'm suing them too. You had a defensive weapon that could help protect and save us, and you chose to run away. I'm suing you. What's the company you work for? I'm suing them. Paycheck. Because no, my wife just lost a game of Hungry Hippo because of you.
The man later filed a lawsuit against the safari tour operator, arguing that negligence and poor safety measures left his wife
They can stop a
vulnerable in
bullet
one of the
with
most
their
dangerous
hide?
waterways on Earth. But lawsuits don't bring
I still need you to try to do something.
closure. They don't erase the image of the river, the overturned boat, or the hippo that ended it all.
Hold on, what the hell? What the hell? Hold on. So he did sue. The suit alleges that African Portfolio, a Connecticut company, was for failing to provide a reasonable, safe environment during the Zamba safari. The company failed to provide adequate warning to the manders, and the hippo posed an imminent danger, the lawsuit said. So you did sue.
Life vulnerable in one of the most dangerous waterways on Earth. But lawsuits don't bring closure. They don't erase the image of the river, the overturned boat, or the hippo that
But they do bring a bag. So what I'm saying is, did they win the suit? Was he able to honor the passing of his beloved wife due to the funds of the suit? That's what I'm asking you.
ended it all. It's important that tour operators prioritize safety. Choosing thrill over precaution puts lives at unnecessary risk and causes irreparable damage.
Ask ChatGPT, bro. How much does a zookeeper make? On average, about 41,000 to 45,000 a year. That's about $19 to $22 an hour. Typically full time, it's about 18 to 20. Starting low end jobs offer 12 to 15 an hour. That's about 25,000 to 35,000 a year. Higher pay, we're looking at 50 to 60,000. Bottom line, being a zookeeper tends to be a modest paying job, often between 30,000 and 50,000 a year. Fuck that job. You get paid more participating in Power Slap. And I'm not doing that. Fuck that job. Fuck that job, bro.
When companies like these fail to respect nature's boundaries and defend the human lives they swore to protect, it's important that they're held accountable. Bears versus bears. The Belgrade Zoo was never meant to be a crime scene. But during the
versus
city's
bear.
annual festival, the line
The
between
bear's gonna
celebration and
win.
catastrophe vanished. A 23-year-old drinking one too many beverages would begin enjoying himself a little too much at the festival. As he walked around the zoo, intoxicated, he would stumble across a bear enclosure.
Why the fuck are they allowing you to get drunk at a zoo? Why the fuck is that even a thing? We will allow our customers to get intoxicated at a zoo where they can probably climb over the enclosure and fall in and get bodied. Why would they do that? Again, lawsuit.
The man would look left and look right and see that nobody was watching. For him, he was set on making his festival a whole lot more awesome. He decided to climb into the bear exhibit and to
Oh
act
my
like
God.
a hooligan for a bit. As he finished his shenanigans
Idiot.
and got ready to leave the enclosure, Masha and Misha, two massive brown bears, approached him. You could probably already guess what happened to the man at this point, but to tell you
Yeah.
anyways, one of the bears swiped at his face with a force
Took
so
it
powerful
off.
that it obliterated it. The man panicked, but without a second to waste, the bears quickly attacked him. By the time zookeepers stumbled across the bear enclosure, they confusingly found the man's clothes laying neatly to one side.
He jumped out
On
naked?
further investigation, they were horrified when they found the two bears in their feeding corner devouring half of the man's body together. The zoo staff tried to recover what was left of his body, but the bears fought viciously to protect their grim prize. After the incident, investigators pieced together what happened. Scattered inside the cage were beer cans, stones, bricks, and even discarded mobile phones. The conclusion was grimly obvious. The man likely had too much to drink and climbed into the enclosure during the festival. The zoo's director put it bluntly. It must be that, because only an idiot would jump into the bear cage.
Yeah.
For the man, sadly his night of drinking ended not with, but rather with fangs and claws. Drink or no drink, don't climb into cages.
Cause like, why would you even like? I'm gonna make my festival experience 10 times better. What's the best way to do that? Let me jump into a bear cage and start causing a scene, disturbing their peace because they're sleeping right now. You think you can outrun a bear? And you drunk. You ain't a bit moving like baby, loosen his ass. There's no people are just dumb, bro. People are just so stupid, dog.
The flattening incident. On January 14th,
He got stepped on by an elephant.
33-year-old
Oh
elephant handler was
no!
going through routine training with Edie, a 26-year-old, 8,000-pound African elephant.
Thou out.
The animal had been taught to respond to commands, to shift when directed, to walk when told. Which, honestly, giving an elephant commands like it's a little puppy dog is actually pretty cute. But
Yeah,
the only
but
difference between a puppy and a 4-ton elephant is, well, 4 tons. And when you're
and they
dealing with
also
those
don't
4
forget
tons inside
nothing.
of a narrow stall full of steel bars, there is no room for error.
You don't ever
After
want
receiving
to.
a command,
You don't ever want to have an elephant hold a grudge against you, bro. The elephant's never going to forget, bro. Y'all remember the story a year or if not a couple back where the elephant spun the block on girl. She ended up passing away. He came back and spun the block on the funeral, bro. Like you, I don't want no beef with no elephant, bro. Not at all, bro. Whatsoever, dog.
Edie shifted her massive body backwards. But,
Oh,
inconveniently enough, the woman
pinned
was
her.
suddenly pinned behind the elephant. The gargantuan animal pressed her into the metal bars of the enclosure, trapping her under several tons of force.
Oh,
What
wow.
was a bit of a minor annoyance quickly transformed into panic when the woman realized that the elephant was still moving backwards. Her face pressed against the steel bars of the stall, and her body began getting crushed between the weight of the elephant and the building. Another handler showed up, and upon witnessing the situation, they quickly shouted commands desperately to get the elephant to move. The elephant finally obeyed, but not before flattening the girl against the metal bars.
Oh,
When
my
the
God.
elephant walked forward, the woman's body fell to the ground.
Oh, my.
crushed,
Oh,
flattened, and broken. She was quickly
oh.
rushed to the hospital, but unfortunately there wasn't much that doctors could do to save her.
No, she got turned to a crepe.
Zoo officials later called it a tragic accident, saying Edie was simply responding to her training. Experts like Jack Hanna explained it plainly. When something up to 4 tons pushes you against a wall inside tight quarters,
There's nothing you can
simply
do.
just don't have a chance.
But like, she should have, moved out the fucking way. Like, pivot to the side while you tell an elephant to back up, so you're not directly behind the elephant. But common sense, I guess, is like hindsight. It's all 2020. But like, oh, you was stuck in between elephant cheek and bar, bro. That's horrible. I'm so sorry, man. I'm not trying to crack a joke at your demise, but like, dang.
39.
The 39
On a warm, sunny
incident.
morning in 2005, what began as a peaceful visit to see an old family companion turned into one of the most nightmarish animal attacks ever recorded.
Okay.
A married couple were visiting Mo,
Oh,
a chimpanzee
chimps.
that had raised as
Oh, yeah,
part of
your
their
face
family
got
for
snatched
nearly
off.
4 decades. Before this, Mo used to live in their suburban home where they
Shout
would
out my
dress
nigga
him
Mo.
up like he was a kid. But the chimpanzee would later on be taken to a wildlife sanctuary after being deemed unfit to live in a house amongst...
Isn't this the same chimp that Jordan Peele made, what was it, Nope, about? The beginning of Nope? Isn't this the story? Or am I tripping? I'm pretty sure that was the story.
humans after he attacked a guest one day. Because of this, the married couple often visited him at the wildlife sanctuary, bringing him cakes and gifts to celebrate his birthdays. On
Why
Mo's
you look
39th
evil?
birthday, they would arrive at the sanctuary with some celebration treats as usual, not realizing that their visit would end in horror.
Oh no, what
Even
happened?
though Mo had been labeled the dangerous chimp after the earlier attack that forced him out of his suburban home,
Jesus.
shockingly, he wasn't the cause of this disaster. While the married couple were giving Mo his birthday treats, two other completely random chimpanzees
Got
escaped
jealous?
their enclosures. And as you would guess, these chimps were not friendly. They launched a frenzied attack on Mo, mauling him with unimaginable savagery. An adult male chimp weighs about 100 to 130 pounds.
Oh my
but they're
God.
able to pull up to 1,200 pounds.
Maximum pull force of female chimp named once pulled over 1,200 pounds with one hand. They weigh 100 to 130 pounds and they can pull 1,200 pounds with one hand. Y'all better be lucky that we have, the IQ and intellect. Not all of us, because some of us stupid as a bitch. That we do. Because once Planet of the Apes, no racial, becomes, a reality, it's either going to be Planet of the Apes or iRobot, bro. And none of those look peaceful, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
Of weight with their muscular arms. And with that muscle, the chimps would rip off pieces of the man's skull, his eyes, his lips, his eyelids, and eight of his fingers. As
AIDS.
if that wasn't bad enough, the chimps would continue the rampage by chewing off the man's nose and ripping off some of his balls. His hands and face
Only got 2 fingers left. You took my nose. You took my lips. You done ripped off some of my skull. You didn't took my eyes out. Man, you didn't turn me into a Uchiha. And then you done took my testes. My knees. I feel it in my knees.
was so badly damaged that they were later described as shredded beyond recognition.
Jesus.
The wife, desperately trying to protect her husband, was also injured before sanctuary staff intervened and shot the 2 chimps. The sheer brutality of the attack shocked the world, but luckily, the man survived. Doctors said that it was a complete miracle, as his injuries were beyond what most humans could endure. The incident became infamous, not just because of its horrificness, but because of the controversy it raised. If Mo hadn't been removed from the married couple's house, they wouldn't have needed to go to the wildlife exhibit to see their chimp, which means they would have never been attacked.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the attack they experienced showcased the unpredictability, dangerousness, and brutality of chimpanzees.
Okay.
And for them to have had one inside of their house while inviting guests over made some individuals turn their fixation to them instead. In regards to whoever's at fault, it's your opinion to make. But one thing is for sure, these are wild animals.
Yes.
Wild. They can't be domesticated, nor can they be reasoned with. But, as humans, we can still show them love and give them the respect and space they need to live out a full, healthy, and happy life without endangering any of the other lives around us. Respect nature and your neighbor, and the world goes round. Now, go and have a happy day.
How you expect me to have a happy day when you just told me that buddy got his skull, his nose, his eyes, his lips, 8 fingers, and his testes ripped? I don't know who's at fault specifically, but I can tell you, just stick to your sugar gliders, your cats, your dogs, your squirrels, your possums, your raccoons, if that. Don't be out here trying to have a pet elephant, hippo, giraffe, crocodile, lynx, cheetah, jaguar, and damn sure not a chimp, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my animals that I currently got. I know I want a red panda because it's cute, but like, I don't know how strong red pandas are. I don't want to find out. Not like that, bro. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that hype button, share the video, and I'll catch y'all in the next one, bro. Peace.